Hey, good morning, everybody. How's it going? So when I was a kid, one of the things my friends and I used to do is just to dial 867-5309 and ask if Jenny was home. We just thought that was the funniest thing. Nobody ever said yes, and I'm not sure anybody ever got it. But if you're feeling bored later on today, or if you need a break from those lead generation calls, just dial 203-867-5309 and ask for Jenny. And then hang up. It's like ringing the doorbell and running away. I don't know why that's exciting, but it always kind of was. All right, so let's get started this morning. We have lots of things to cover. Let's get started with, not that. Let's get started with, there she is, a quick video.
Opening jars. Every time it's the same old story. The twisting and turning, the aching and spraining, the scalding and burning, the swinging and striking, the panicking and dragging, the digging and burying, the lying and stalling, the resisting and tasing, the convicting and sentencing, the shackling and imprisoning, the studying and appealing, the plotting and scheming, the barking and the shooting.
There's gotta be a better way.
Now there is, thanks to Jar Glove.
Jar Glove, the better way.
Now only $19.95 plus shipping and handling.
All righty then. Apparently Jar Glove solves it all. All right, moving forward. That's just all there is to say about that. I think my good friend John Kirkudis is on the phone this morning, or on the whatever we're on this morning. Good morning, John. How's it going?
Good morning, guys. How are you today?
We're spectacular. Jar Gloves in hand.
I hope everybody had a great and hopefully less soggy Memorial Day weekend, but hope the long weekend boded well for some rest and relaxation, and also hopefully get a few more listings in the pipeline. I think we all need them. Two things I want to touch on today, and I hate to be the harper on this, but the appraised values are having a huge challenge in our marketplace. I've been doing this 28 years, and I can probably count on one finger. I've had one appraisal come in lower than contract value in 28 years. In the last month, I've had 3 come in below contract value, and it's really blowing up deals here. It's really prudent to have, very pointed conversations with your buyers and your sellers. Because of this hyperinflation market, the appraisers are getting extremely nitpicky. I believe they're under a lot of pressure from federal guidelines about, keeping things, within check. There's certain thresholds that they have to adhere to. So that being said, please have conversations that are for the what ifs at the beginning of your listing and your buying presentations. If there's a deficiency, either the buyer or the seller need to make it up, either lower the sales price, split the difference, have the buyer come to the table with more money if they have that available. If it's a thinner deal below, for 10% down payment on the original contract price, I could tell you right now it's going to cause major problems and a lot of stress. And I'm dealing with one big problem right now. And I just expressed that to you because, not that this could have been avoided, but it could have been really handled a little bit differently on the onset because these people are really overpaid for a house. I'm not talking $1 million deal. I'm talking the house was listed for $385. Contract price was $400. The appraisal came in at $358, so $42,000 below contract price. So that being said, please have those conversations with your client base, both buyers and sellers. I think it's going to, at least not alleviate the problem, but at least address it way up front, so we're all on the same page. And secondly, interest rates are still very good. They're still in the low 3s, sometimes in the high 2s on a good day. Our analysts are saying that, we're in a good market right now. But once again, with any type of spike in the environment with inflationary fears, we're seeing, hikes in meat prices going up with the new hacking going on. Gas prices are on the rise. So all that stuff contributes to a higher interest rate environment. So my encouragement is to talk to your clients once you get under contract. Don't mess around, lock into an interest rate. Make sure they lock at least 5 days after the closing date. So in case there's a hiccup or two where the closing gets delayed, you have enough time to keep and retain the same rate without any extension fees. Any questions on these two subjects, please give me a shout, myself, Jose, or Kristen. I will put my information in the chat. Have a wonderful week. And thank you very much for this last 2 or 3 minutes of your time. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, John. You as well. Always great info. Thank you so much. We appreciate you and all that you do. A couple quick announcements for you. The questions homework that I gave you last Wednesday, if you recall, hopefully you brought that today. If you didn't bring that today, I am going to give you a short reprieve because due to time constraints today, we are going to move that conversation to Monday. So I still want to make sure that you bring those questions back. However, we're going to move that to Monday. So for those of you who were prepared for this morning, hold on to them. We're still going to cover that on Monday. For those of you who didn't quite get to that, do get to that before Monday so that we can have that conversation then. Monday, 9 a.m., be there or be square. For those of you who haven't seen the exciting new news from the MLS, because they felt that their coding was confusing, instead of educating about the existing coding so it was less confusing, they're going to completely change the coding based, and I'm talking about status codes. And in addition to changing all the status codes, they're going to add flags. So now we have flags plus codes. So how that makes it less confusing is beyond me. However, I am doing my homework to be able to come to you. That will likely be the very first piece of Monday, just to kind of give you a rundown on exactly what these codes mean and how you use them, as well as which flag you put up when and what flags mean what. And I don't know. I only report the news, my friends. I do not make it. So the idea of be on the lookout for new MLS codes that may or may not solve the issue of confusion with show versus deposit. So that will be Monday. By the way, those codes go into effect a week from today, the 9th of June, I believe. So you still have 6 days or 6.5 days or so to learn what those new codes are all about. And we'll cover that on Monday. All right, it is Wednesday, so I wanted to give you a quick listings update because I'm always excited to tell you how awesome you are. And so our listings opportunity, if you remember, 358 new listings by the end of June, right? So 358 listings in 60 days was our target, was the goal. You are 4.5 weeks into that opportunity. 4.5 weeks times our weekly goal of 45 gives us a baseline of 203 new listings that we are supposed to have on the market. As of this morning, you all have overachieved yet again and are at 208. So you're continuing to pad and build that cushion. I'm going to tell you what, I keep hearing that listings are difficult to find, and every single Wednesday I wake up and you just prove that wrong. So again, I'm not sure what you're doing. I think, frankly, you should all teach a master class to the entire industry, and maybe it would just shepherd us out of this inventory shortage. Because if everyone's struggling for listings, it's everyone but you. You are consistent with that 45 to 50 a week. That is not a small number. Just for those of you who think that that's a simple, easy target, that is not an easy number to hit. And you just keep hitting it and exceeding it. So congratulations, keep doing what you're doing. I had a small thought, well, maybe we should just raise the goal. I don't know, think on that. We'll talk about it on Monday. All right, so again, it is Wednesday, which means we have 2 sets of Wheel of Names. I know that's why most of you are here. It has nothing to do with anything else that I might have to talk about this morning, except the spectacular Wheel of Names. What should we do first? I think we will let's do insurance first. So the insurance Wheel of Names looks something like this morning. And a hearty thank you and congratulations to everybody who contributed referrals to the insurance opportunity this past week. 3 of those were the Auslander Kassendorf group, 2 more each for Silva and Amy Mosley and Kimberly Tapscott and Chris DiBiase and Emiliano Navarro. And then a referral each for Randy Musiker, Ryan Kundrat, Carmen Soto, Lori Egan, Yinan Denalowitz, and Tama Murphy. So thank you so much to all who contributed last week. Is everyone set? Is everyone ready? Is everyone excited? Come on. So many of you have names on this wheel this morning. You got to be excited. If you have a name on the wheel, put a really big smile on your face. Follow Silva's example. She has the right idea. All right, here we go, guys. In 3, 2, 1, bam. And the winner this morning happens to be Mr. Emiliano Navarro by a hair. My goodness. He almost ceded that to the Auslander Kassendorf group, but Emiliano holds on by just the nose. That's kind of like when you're watching Wheel of Fortune and it's almost a bankrupt and they just hang on to the $700. Man, is that exciting. Or am I just old? Maybe both. Okay. So there's our, so congratulations, Emiliano, and thank you so much for your contributions to that insurance opportunity. We are certain that your clients are benefiting from that as well. Let's move on to Concierge. Concierge is a little light this week, right? Concierge had submissions by the following. We did just hit, by the way, that was 19 referrals for insurance last week. Concierge submissions topped out at 10, and those 10 folks were Jedna Jean-Pierre, Linda Dunsmore ×2, Gary Disher, Jonathan Zaromsky ×2, Mariana Dinahan, David and Lisa Lee, Debbie Orr, and Jennifer Henry. So thank you so much for all of you who used our services in the past week. We're going to build up that excitement all over again with fewer of you on here and 2 of you double. Man, oh man, your chances of winning just increased. Let's see what we can make happen in 3, 2, 1, bam. This Wheel of Names things just does not get old. I just love it. And it looks like Debbie Orr is the winner. Except here's what I know Debbie would say. Debbie would say, why am I going to take $100 out of one pocket and put it in the other pocket? So I think she would be on board if we spun again. We thank Debbie because ultimately, without Debbie, we would have only been at 9, which means we wouldn't be spinning at all. So whoever the winner is, here's what I'm going to suggest. Take Debbie out to lunch because you owe her. And let's do again in 3, 2, 1. If it's Debbie again, we're going to have, it's not. It is new dad, Jonathan Zaromsky. Congratulations, Jonathan. So after you take Debbie out to lunch, put the rest of that into Asher's college fund and all will be right with the world. Guys, thank you so much for your participation in these programs as they continue to grow and improve. We so appreciate you and your feedback. All righty. So lastly, this morning, before we turn it over to Adonis for a quick 4-minute conversation with Marty Miller, Day 2 of Marty Miller coming your way just in a brief moment. I did want to give you, from a Wealth Building Wednesday perspective, the top 10 wealth building books. For those of you who are interested in flexing that muscle, building wealth, learning about money, I want to give you at least my version of top 10 wealth building books. This is old stuff and new stuff all kind of jumbled up together. Let's go through it real quick. And who has fast fingers? Dan, you're going to post them as I read them? That would be spectacular. All right. So number 1 is actually 3 books because they're all by the same author, right? Number 1 are 3 by Thomas Stanley. And that's The Millionaire Next Door, The Millionaire Mind, and Stop Acting Rich. Stop Acting Rich, by the way, of those 3, that one's my favorite. Because that one kind of calls you on your own stuff, right? Stop Acting Rich. So 3 by Thomas Stanley, The Millionaire Next Door, The Millionaire Mind, and Stop Acting Rich. Number 2, Wealth Can't Wait. Wealth Can't Wait by David Osborne and Paul Morris. For those of you who don't know, David Osborne and Paul Morris are KW agents, KW owner-operators of both multiple market centers and a couple of regions, and really smart, awesome dudes. And so their book definitely worth the read. Number 3 is also 2 books by another amazing author, Robert Kiyosaki. And his 2 books are Rich Dad, Poor Dad and The Cash Flow Quadrant. So Rich Dad, Poor Dad and Cash Flow Quadrant by Kiyosaki. Definitely, definitely worth your time. Number 4, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. A lot of you have heard me talk about that in recent weeks. Number 5, The Richest Man in Babylon. The Richest Man in Babylon. That's an oldie but a goodie. Great parable, great lessons. George Clason, Clason. Number 6, Profit First. Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. Awesome, awesome book. If you haven't read that, it's an amazing system to mind and grow your money. Number 7, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, another classic wealth building money opportunity for you. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Number 8, The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins. The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins. That's the newest book that I just read, was recommended to us by Gary, who doesn't recommend money and wealth books. But he brought that one to the table and said, you really want simple? This is simple, right? So The Simple Path to Wealth.
I just started that one last night, and it was awesome. Just like the first piece of it. Really, really good start. Anyway.
Number 9, The Wealthy Barber. The Wealthy Barber by David Chilton. Another classic, great book. That's kind of the anybody can do it version, right? Like The Millionaire Next Door. And number 10, and as far as I'm concerned, one of the most important ones, especially if you're talking about the first third of the book, and that's The Millionaire Real Estate Investor by Gary Keller. If you read the first third of that book, it has nothing to do with investing in real estate. It has everything to do with managing and growing money, such that if you then choose to invest in real estate, the second 2/3 of the book shows up for you. But if you do nothing else, read the first third of that book, the first 60 or 70 pages, Millionaire Real Estate Investor. And you want a bonus before we pass it over to Adonis? Here's my bonus for you. My bonus in my top 10 wealth building and money management books is this: The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. Because let's face it, guys, your number 1 wealth building tool is your income. Your number 1 wealth building tool is your income. And the best way I know how to help you increase your income is to push you back to that blueprint of success in our industry and have you read and reread it and start taking advice from the book that kind of wrote the book on how to succeed in real estate. So there you have it. That's a lot of reading. So get started. Adonis, my good friend, what do we got with Mr. Marty Miller today?
Hello, hello, hello. Good reading for sure. So today with Marty, we're going to talk about how to supercharge your already incredible platform for your real estate commands. He's going to show you how to connect to different applications. Quick video.
Good morning, Keller Williams, and welcome back to the KW Command 66-Day Challenge 5.0. And today is day 2. Today we're going to finish laying the groundwork for our success in Command by taking a look at your connected applications within Command. So in order to see those, we're going to come over to the drop down next to our name, and we're going to go back into our settings menu. So we're going to click on settings. And from there, you're going to see an entire list of applications that are available for you to connect to your KW Command account. And as you start scrolling through them, you may not see any that are connected. Mine has several connected right now because I'm actively using Command. But my recommendation would be first come through and look at your document signature program. Are you using DocuSign or Dotloop? You have the ability to connect one or both of those. I would recommend you take a look at your socials. So are you using Facebook? Are you using Twitter? If so, I'd recommend connecting Facebook inside of post scheduling and inside of Ads Manager. And then additionally, if you're using Twitter, I would recommend connecting your Twitter account. Finally, if you are a Google user, you use the G Suite of tools, then I would recommend connecting your Google Calendar and your Gmail. As you start to scroll down, you may see Office 365. If that's what you're using, you can connect that. And then you'll want to come in and connect your Command email as well. This is a free service that Command provides for you. Keller Williams basically foots the bill for the first 5,000 emails that you send out through Command per month. So you'll want to make sure you've got that connected. And then finally, there is Twilio down here at the bottom. Now, Twilio and several other applications are available for you to connect through the marketplace. So if you come into the marketplace, you're going to see an entire list of additional applications that you can include with your Command account. However, many of them, including Twilio, do come with either a one-time or monthly subscription price. Twilio, just so you know, is the texting component inside of KW Command. I highly recommend taking a look at the different plans that are available and then choosing a plan that makes sense for you based upon how many credits you believe you'll spend per month. Go ahead and read through all of the article here and you'll find more about what the credits represent and how Twilio works. In addition, now is probably a great time to introduce you to answers.kw.com. So answers.kw.com is basically a massive FAQ site that revolves all around Keller Williams and Keller Williams technology. So when you come to answers.kw.com, this is the general site that you will see. And then I put in connected applications and I found this article quickly and easily. And this is basically another walkthrough of the video that we just did. So it's got some more details around each one of those applications we just talked about and how you can or not connect them, but I would recommend looking through and connecting the majority of these. That way later on during the challenge, when we talk about posting a Facebook ad, sending out a text message, automating a social post, putting something on Twitter, tracking your emails, everything's already built out inside of applications, and it's just going to make it that much simpler and easier for you. So that's it for today, day 2. Come on into your settings, check on your connected applications, and go through and connect all the ones that we just discussed.
Okay, excellent. So I hope that was valuable for you. Tomorrow we'll talk about adding a contact, and everything starts from context. Just a reminder that we have the social media class today at 1 o'clock on this Zoom channel. So definitely be here for that. All right, I hope you have an awesome day. Make it an amazing one. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.